Let's go live to our chief election analyst, Tom Connell. And as we discussed with Analyst, there some states being declared.
They are, Kieran. There's a decent amount of numbers coming in. No surprises so far. Let's go straight to the map so far and what we've seen. So red, and they'll continue to be red. Kentucky and Indiana and Vermont being declared Democrats, so 19-3. I want to go into these states quickly, though, and tell you about a couple of really interesting trends that are going in. Let's first of all go into the state of Indiana. You can see a strong vote for Donald Trump, 60% to 37%. Last time around in Indiana, that's similar to the margin. What's interesting so far in some of these counties, suburban counties, we're seeing Kamala Harris do better than Joe Biden did. So an uptick, and that's several percentage points in some of these counties. So it's a red state. We're not going to overread into it, but this is what her campaign is seeking to do better in those urban areas. So far, we are seeing that as a factor. But on the other side of the equation, Florida. So we're seeing here Donald Trump. It looks like a narrow lead. Look, the nature of Florida, there is always somewhat of a blue mirage. In other words, the fact that Democrats are behind, there's no indication at all this big state with those 30 electoral college votes will flip. But what's interesting here for the Puerto Rican vote, Osceola, a very high concentration of Puerto Rican Americans, is actually Donald Trump doing significantly better, about 10 percentage points, and quite a lot of that counted. So looking good early for Donald Trump in the state, and is the Latino vote already emerging as a bit of a factor. So really interesting, two different trends, Kieran. Urban voters perhaps better for Kamala Harris, but the Latino vote for Donald Trump. I'm just looking at Georgia now, so look, a tiny amount of vote in. There you go, 0.05%. So I'll dive into those and see where that's happening at a county level. That's popped up as I've been up here on air. Remembering Georgia, a swing state, was decided by 11,000 votes last time. So any change in terms of trends is in terms of what is happening here, any significant change would mean one or the other would become a strong favourite. It basically was a line ball call last time. But just, again, looking at our map as we begin to fill it out now, 3 states taken off. We're seeing polls close, and they're about to as well in North Carolina, a crucial test as well for Donald Trump. He held on to that state last time, so that'll be a very interesting state to watch when that begins coming in the next few minutes.